increases right now. Let's see. I'm sorry, 226. I'm going to go into notice of rent increase. This is kind of like, standard landlords. Everybody loves this form, right? Uh, it's a little complicated. Look at that. I mean, I'm not just saying, hey, by the way, your rent's going up 50 bucks. So, but it gives me lots of chances. Of course, if you're doing it, you're going to give a minimum of 90 days from the service. So if it's the 5th of the month, if it's the 5th of July, and you decide you want to raise the rents, what's 90 days? So you have July, August, September, October, but it's already the 5th. So that means I'm into November before I can raise the rent. So this is a good lesson in fiscal planning, and you have to make sure you understand the rent rate increases in the state of Oregon. It's 7.5% plus CPI, which is like 9.2 total right now. And the CPI changes every September. So if I'm giving a rent increase for November, it gets tricky, right? I can base it on today's CPI, and I believe that's safe, but I'm not a lawyer. So if you get in that sticky situation, you might want to seek some advice. The associated housing costs. So if you can't change an agreement and add, so if all of a sudden you're adding, for example, yard care, well, that's part of the rent increase. So if it's 150 bucks in yard care per month and their rent was 1,500, that's a 10% raise, which is too much. So because that would be over the legal limit. So you want to factor in what it is you're trying to have them pay for, and that would establish the total amount of new rent. Oh, I'm sorry. I just told you the wrong thing anyway. It's not 7. It's 7% plus the CPI. So mea culpa. You gotta watch these things. Important to read them and not just listen to the guy talking about it. There's a couple of ways that you can avoid that rent cap, and that is that this building is less than 15 years old from the date of this notice. So newer construction is not held to the same standard, or the landlord is producing reduced rent to the tenant as part of a federal, state, or local subsidy. So normally not the case. Okay.